In other words, in this case, its length. If I could accelerate this marker toward the speed of light, the faster it goes, the shorter it gets. Really does. I mean, they measured this also. So, and when you get to the speed of light, this dimension becomes 0. So therefore, the formula for volume, height times width times length, one of those three is 0. So the volume of space that a photon occupies is 0. If something doesn't occupy any space, it is not there. So the three characteristics that everything has that is part of the physical existence, light or photons of electromagnetic energy, have none of those three characteristics. So therefore, light does not exist in the physical world. But it does interface with the physical world, and we can interact with it in the physical world. Now, as I have proven, of the four primary attributes that theologians and everybody's religion has attributed to God, the first one has already been proven, that light is eternal, because at the speed of light no time passes, therefore light is outside the flow of time. That same one proves the second one, omnipresence. Light is at the surface of the sun, at the earth, at the end of the universe, and every point in between at the same time, from the point of view of light. And this has amazing metaphysical implications for the true nature of our existence. You know, what does it mean that something can be all of those places at the same time? I'll just give you a brief hint. It might mean that there is no other place to be than where that one photon is. You consider the implications of that, considering we think the universe is about 30 billion light years across. And I'm saying the reality is that one photon, which has virtually no dimension, no size at all, is all the space that really exists in the absolute reality, not the physical or relative reality. So from a relative point of view, our universe is 30 billion light years across. From the absolute point of view, it would have no size at all. To consider what the implications of that are. Anyway, so now we have light showing that it is eternal, and light being omnipresent. It is clearly outside of the dimension of time, and it is clearly every place at the same time. So we have two of those attributes being proven. What about omnipotent? Omnipotent means all-powerful. Now, I would say there are three levels of existence. There is the relative existence, which is the physical world. There is the absolute existence, which is the non-physical world, or the spiritual world. And there is the level of existence of God. The physical world is relative. The non-physical world, or the spiritual world, is absolute. And God is infinite. When we say absolute, we're talking about absolute qualities here. Omnipotent, all-powerful. To be all-powerful means to have all the power that exists. So we are talking about light, which is in the non-physical world. So light has absolute power in the non-physical world. It exercises all the power that there is. And the way that we know this is that what physics tells us today is this whole universe of 10,000 billion stars started from nothing. And at that singularity, which had no dimension in the beginning of the universe, there was light. It was photons of light. So light created this whole universe of 10,000 billion stars. Or light was used to create it. Actually, God used the light to create this universe. Then we say, what sustains this matter? Because, you know, subatomic particles, and when they're either alone in space or if they're joined together into atoms or into molecules, whatever form they are in, they require a constant influx of energy to maintain themselves. And so from outside of space and time, light energy or photons of energy are coming into these subatomic particles, whether they are alone or in atoms or in molecules or whatever, giving them energy to sustain their existence. Otherwise, entropy would be in effect. And if you don't have new energy coming into a closed system, that system moves toward chaos. And all particles and all atoms and all molecules are in a state of order and not in a state of chaos. So we know from physics that there is light energy going to every particle of matter in the whole universe. So not only does light create every bit of matter in our physical existence, light is constantly sustaining every bit of matter in our whole existence. And not only that, light is constantly directing the action of every bit of matter in the whole existence. That every bit of matter, every subatomic particle is essentially doing exactly what it is told to do, given the information transferred by light to that particle. So light has the power to create or to be used to create the whole physical existence of 10,000 billion stars and many more. It sustains every single subatomic particle of all of those. And you know, consider how many particles there are in 10,000 billion stars. You know, our little fingernails are pretty small. We have at least billions of subatomic particles, perhaps trillions of subatomic particles, making up one little fingernail. Consider how many subatomic particles it takes to make 10,000 billion stars and the planets that are with them. And light is sustaining the energy, or sustaining created every single one of them, sustains their existence moment to moment, and tells every one of them what to do. And that is all the power that exists. It is utilizing all the power that exists. So therefore it is omnipotent. The last one, though, you might think, well, how in the world is light omniscient? How does light have all knowledge? I mean, how intelligent can a photon be? You know, it's not going to be very intelligent. Well, consider this. This is how information is transmitted in the world. You probably think you are hearing my words through sound waves in the air. Is that what you would think? Well, you are not. There's no such thing really as sound waves. Sound waves is a general name we put on a very complex process that takes place through an exchange of photons of light energy. You actually hear my words through light, not through sound. Now that, you know, that sounds fairly outrageous, right? Now most of you in here probably don't speak Spanish. Maybe some of you do, but Spanish word for cat. Pronounced gato. Did everybody say what the Spanish word for cat is? Gato. Okay. Now you might have read it, so what about I do this? What's the Spanish word for cat? Now most of you, 30 seconds ago, you did not know the Spanish word for cat.